Hey y'all. Y'all, my ass, I've been trying to record this episode and I was trying to turn the sound off, but I hit the pause button, which pauses the podcast. I don't know, y'all. But how the fuck are y'all doing? Y'all already know who it is, and if you don't, it's your girl Muriel, aka Lex. And this is Get Your Shit Together. And so let me ask y'all a question. How many of y'all were called ugly, weird, fat, any other kind of name? People made a nickname about you when you was in school. I'm one of them. Um, yeah, I bet that happened a lot. Bullying happens more often than not because kids think that they can do whatever they want and they can say whatever they want. But you literally, when you tell a child something, you should expect for them to believe it. Just like if you tell a child that Santa Claus is gonna slide through their chimney, even if they don't have a chimney, they gonna think that he is and that he's gonna bring gifts on Christmas morning. So yeah, so I was one of those kids. People used to tell me I was fat, weird, ugly. I went to a school that was 77% white, 17% black. The rest was the rest. Um, and so yeah, I had to deal with a lot of racism. Like I called the N word. I told my teacher, and my teacher was like, "Did you call her the N word?" And she was like, "No, I called her a nig turd." And my teacher was like, "Oh, okay," and it was okay. Um, Child. But yeah, I if you've ever been bullied, I am here with you. I understand what you're feeling. Um, and baby boy, baby girl, baby them, I love you. You are not ugly, you're not fat, you're not stupid, you're not weird. Hell, you can be weird. That's what makes you you. Um, don't like I had a counselor in elementary school, sweet lady, sweet black lady. And she would tell me to just ignore the other kids. And I'm like, how am I supposed to ignore that? And they sitting there yelling at me at the lunch table. Why are you so weird? How am I supposed to ignore that? I don't know. And my teacher, I had the same teacher for 4th and 5th grade. And she would witness stuff and just not do anything. From my memory, she didn't do anything. I was the one that was always getting sent out of the classroom, always getting sent to the office. I saw my principal a lot. My teacher had my mom's number on speed dial, y'all. Speed dial. And we lived far. We lived out in the country. And so my mom would have to come to the school every other day because somebody would pick on me and I would go 0 to 100 real quick. Not 0 to 10, 0 to 100. And be done threw a book on the ground or something and my teacher thinks that I'm just wild or whatever. I don't know. When I would get mad, I would start yelling. That's what I remember. Like if somebody be like, "Oh my gosh, why are you doing this?" I'd be like, "Why can't I do it? Why are you bothering me?" And I was considered a threat. Eventually I got moved out of her class because I kept complaining to the principal and they're like, "Okay, it can't like I don't know. I don't know." But anyways, back to the purpose of this podcast. So things like that, you remember it, it sticks with you, those feelings stick with you as you grow older. And sometimes, like, you might not think about it if somebody calls you weird and you get on the defensive and you're like, oh, that's that 8-year-old me, that's that 10-year-old me trying to defend herself because she was getting picked on. You felt like you're getting picked on. And as I've grown older, it's just that now I realize that I don't talk to any of those people. Those people have their own lives. I don't care to know what they're doing. I don't. They could be floating on the moon, and for all I care, I don't. But that stuff doesn't apply to me now because I don't have to defend myself to anybody. If I'm not doing harm, I'm not making nobody's day bad, those feelings don't really apply to me, if that makes sense. Like, okay, if I go to the store and the cashier doesn't do something and I get mad and we exchange words and they probably say something that gets me on the defensive, then I would react like I would when I was 10 because that's just, it brings up those emotions, those feelings, those memories. But as long as I go to the store, be nice to the cashier, be nice to the people in the store, not make everything about me, because you're out in the world. It's not really about you. When you in your house, yeah, it can be about you, but when you out in the world, it's not about you. And so as long as I try my best to be as kind and as helpful as possible to other people, those feelings don't come up because I'm not feeling as if I'm ugly or weird or fat or whatever. Because if you value my kindness, you value my kindness despite all of that, if that makes sense. Um, Excuse my dog, y'all. But yeah, so what I've been trying to do is like when I'm at home and I'm making things about me is go through those feelings, go through why, like if I look in the mirror and I'm like, and I don't exactly like what I see, I'm like, oh, that's that little blonde girl telling me that I'm not really ugly. I'm pretty fucking cute. I'm pretty damn beautiful if I say so myself. And you don't have to think so. That's cool. Because I'm not fucking you. Not fucking you. Um and so basically that's just what I've been working on with myself. Because it only matters to me whether I'm beautiful, whether I'm fat or ugly. If it matters to you whether I'm fat or ugly, then please just go about your day because I'm not gonna give a damn. Yeah, because as long as I'm healthy, like I went to the emergency room thinking that I had a lot of stuff wrong with me. Like, why am I feeling like this? And my lab results came back normal, so I'm pretty healthy. I just have to take care of me inside. I can't worry about how you feel about me because I got my own shit. Because I'm not going to feel good trying to make you feel better about me, and I already feel bad on the inside out. My back already hurt, my shoulder hurt, my knee hurting, arm hurting. What can I do for you? Besides give you a bunch of complaints, because I'm good at complaining. Let me tell you. I used to be the complaining queen. It's too high. I'm tired. My feet hurt. That was me. But yeah, just worry about getting yourself to as healthy as you need to be to feel good in your body. Cause like I know for me, I don't really focus on my back because when I was in elementary school, I was in a cheerleading team that me and some girls on the playground, we would just like, we would talk about cheerleaders and we would start doing stunts and they were like, oh, y'all should make a little cheerleading team. And then we would make routines and perform it for the little kids. And that's how that got started. I don't know if they still got a cheerleading team, but yeah, we made that up. And I always wanted to be like that same blonde girl that would be a flyer. She would be up in the air, somebody would be holding her because she was skinnier. And me, I was heavier, so I was on the bottom. I was the catcher. I was a bad catcher. I dropped a couple people. But with lifting those girls up, and trying to do what they can do at home without any training, without any guidance, without any support. I messed up my own back because I was trying to do a front flip or something, or a cartwheel, and my arms couldn't support it because I'm too busy trying to lift up all these other people that make me feel bad that my arms could not support myself, and I fell flat on my back, y'all. I couldn't do anything but just go in the house and lay down. My back felt so bad. My back has felt bad ever since. But I spent a lot of time trying to support these girls from holding their feet up in the air that I couldn't even work on myself because I'm not exercising, I'm not strengthening my muscles because they're not heavy, if that makes sense. They don't have the load that I have. So I have to work on being able to support my own load. And so with that, I've been like doing a little exercise and make sure I'm keeping my back in motion to keep, blood flowing to my back, making sure my muscles aren't getting stiff. Because when I get cold, I get stiff. And so just working on being able to support myself. Yeah. And then like I have chronic back pain, and so because of that and other things, just taking on other people's stress will stress you out. And so those kids that were calling you names, it was because they were stressed. They were going through something and they felt like they had to express it some kind of way, just because they have their own feelings and their own emotions and their own memories that come up during certain things, and they feel like they have to do whatever it takes to make themselves feel better. So in this present moment, as you were now removed from that situation, you're not in that classroom getting called weird, ugly, fat, whatever. You are wherever you are, listening to this podcast, doing something for yourself, listening to my story. And just realize that you don't have that load to carry. That wasn't your load. And so you got to carry your own load. You got to make yourself feel good. You can't feel like, oh, I'm ugly. You got to make yourself feel pretty. If you don't like what you look at in the mirror, then put some makeup on. Do your hair. Draw your eyebrows in. I draw mine in before I go outside. Shit. Makes me feel better. Not because that I would look better to other people, but to myself, I look complete. Even though I feel like I look complete with no eyebrows, I feel better. It makes me feel like, oh, even if somebody just wanted to take a quick pic, I'm still cute. I'm still giving a little ding, whatever the little video is, but a little oomph. But do whatever is that little oomph for you, and realize that them people are doing whatever the hell they want to do, and they probably not in the same boat as you because they ain't thinking about their shit. They ain't thinking about what they did, but think about yourself and you'll be on a higher level. That's all. I hope y'all heal. I hope I heal. I'm working on my back situation, and just talking about that with y'all just really helped. And I hope somebody listens to this and feels a little better and tries to get some help. If you can't get through that stuff by yourself, go get help. Talk about it. Make a podcast just to talk to yourself like I do. But yeah, love y'all. Be you. Be the best you can be, because can't nobody be you but you, and can't nobody be me but me. All right, peace.